Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to those of you out there that have had opportunities come into your path that were perfect. They were exactly what you had been thinking about, praying for, trying to manifest. There it is, there's the opportunity, and you back away from it. You run away from it because you're either scared, you don't feel worthy, you feel guilty that if this opportunity does work out, that now you have a better lifestyle, more money, and you feel guilty about the people that are around you that are still in the same spots that they are. That is a real thing. So what I want to talk about today is, why do we run away from the abundance that we should have? Why do we have fear of the unknown? And how can we stop it from happening? How can we remove those limiting beliefs to ultimately get the life that we want, to get the opportunities that we've been trying to create, that we've been praying for, and actually feel good going into them, knowing that everything is going to work out? How do we make that happen? Well, I'm going to answer all those questions in this video. My name is Jason DiRienzo. I'm a life alignment coach. If you're always tired of people pleasing, you can't be the person that you truly are. You are tired of having to put on this pretend face just to appease others, just to fit into groups, just to feel welcome around friends or even family. If you finally just want to be free and be the person that you're ultimately meant to be, and finally have the life that you've always dreamt of, and you're trying to figure out how to create this and how to make this identity of who you're supposed to be so you can just be comfortable in every situation, you're in the right place. My passion and my purpose is to help people break loose, feel natural and organic in their own life, and finally create the life of their dreams. All right, so why are we running from the thing that we've been praying for and trying to manifest now that it's finally in our lives? Why is it that when the new big home comes along, or this opportunity for us to be an entrepreneur and have our own business, or the right person comes into our lives to create the marriage of our dreams, why is it that we get scared? Why is it that everything starts coming to a head where we're just like, whoa, this is actually happening now? I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm confident in myself to move forward and actually make this work. I don't know if I have enough faith in myself to not sabotage this. What if things go wrong? What if I do this and now, because I left my job to pursue a career of me being an entrepreneur and opening my own business, and it fails, I can't go back. I can't fall back on that. What do I do? That is a fear that most of us will have, and it's natural. Our brains naturally want to try to keep us safe. So it's going to go to every reason why we should not make a change. See, if we make a change, that is something where we are now rewiring our life, rewiring our brains to becoming a new version of ourselves. And that's ultimately what you need to do to get to that next level up thing that you've been asking for. But you can't be scared of that. You have to understand that this is something that is part of life. You are going to deal with situations where you might have to overcome some adversity. But why wouldn't you want to pursue something that ultimately can help you have a better life, knowing that God's got your back? You had the faith that this was all going to work out to begin with. So why would we back out now? Why would we have this opportunity come to us only to be scared and run away from it? I call this the guinea pig. There's a story behind this, and it's very brief, but I think it's going to make a lot of sense and connect with a lot of you. So when I first got married, I didn't even really know what a guinea pig was. It wasn't even in something of my reality. But my wife had a guinea pig, and it passed away when we first got together. His name was Oreo. So when we got married, she wanted to get another guinea pig. I didn't want one. I didn't want to have to take care of one, but she won that argument. We go to the SPCA, and we're looking around, and sure enough, guinea pigs were all running around this crate. And we're looking, and I see this one guinea pig. And this one guinea pig was overpowering all the other guinea pigs. I mean, in a way where you could just tell, like, it was the alpha. And I was like, if we're getting a guinea pig, we're getting that guy. Like, I want that one. So anyway, we got him, named him Mohawk. And the difference with Mohawk, we actually ended up getting a couple other guinea pigs too. So we had a cage full of them. A cage that ended up being a porch full of guinea pigs. Anyway, so we had Mohawk. And the thing about Mohawk is Mohawk was not scared of us. Mohawk, if we walked up to it and we reached down to pick him up, he would let us. And to the point where he actually was engaging with us constantly. And because he let us pick him up, and he let us interact with him. He had more opportunities in his life than all the other guinea pigs because all the other guinea pigs that we had just kept running away. As soon as we went to go grab them, and not in a crazy way, we tried many different ways to get them to trust us and to understand that we are not trying to hurt them. We are not trying to do anything against them. We are actually trying to make it so we can interact with them and give them a better life. But they would always run and hide every single time, except for Mohawk. See, because Mohawk would let us interact with him and let us pick him up, he was part of the family. Sometimes when we would watch movies, we would just have him sitting with us and put little snack things down. I don't even remember what they were. While we're eating popcorn, he's got his little snack while he's sitting on my lap watching a movie. During Halloween, we would carve pumpkins and he would be like going in to the pumpkin and eating inside of the pumpkin and coming out the mouth and doing all these interesting things, and we would just let him roam free. It was like having a dog, But because he had faith and knew that every time we would go to interact with him, it was to better his life. He had a better life than all the other guinea pigs who decided that they were going to run away. And I always wonder, they saw us interacting with Mohawk. And they saw that every time we interacted with Mohawk, we would place him back with the group unharmed. Everything was fine. And in my weird human mind, I'm thinking, well, why didn't they pick up on that? Why couldn't they see that every time Mohawk got interacted with, it was good? He would come back to them, no harm done. Everything was fine. Why couldn't they see it? That idea resonated with me when it comes to what I'm trying to learn as far as having faith in God and understanding that, sure, things can be terrifying. I'm sure the first time Mohawk saw me reaching down, it couldn't have been a good feeling, But at the same time, once I picked him up and he got through probably the fear factor of not knowing what was going to happen next and finding out that everything was ultimately going to work out and be absolutely fine, because every time I picked him up, he had a better life with what was about to happen next. We never did any harm. It was actually always to interact and make sure that he was having the time of his life as a guinea pig. I mean, they're only on this planet for so long, but I feel like that's us. I feel like that's what we go through. I feel like some of us are the Mohawks. Some of us are the ones that just have the faith that knowing that, it's going to be scary at first and I don't know what's going to happen and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. But every single time I have faith, things always tend to work out. It might be uncomfortable. I might be scared. In the process, I might be thinking what is about to take place, but every single time it always works out. And now that I see all of that, I feel like we should all be the Mohawks. Why can't we all be the Mohawks? Because we see the evidence, we see what happens when someone does take that leap of faith and overcome the challenges with not having fear of what the end point is going to be, but just having faith through the process, knowing that everything is going to work out. And sure, things might get difficult, but everything is going to be okay. We all should be the Mohawks, but there's way too many of us that see the Mohawks succeeding, yet we run away because we're still scared, because we are still terrified of what is going to happen next, and we don't want to go through that process. Well, I ask you out there right now, what is the greater risk? Doing absolutely nothing and staying in the life that you are trying to ultimately change, the life that you are thinking about every single day that you wish you can get out of. You're working a 9-to-5 at a job you don't like. You're doing things every single day in a routine that you just feel stuck. Do you really feel like the greater risk is staying in that scenario for the rest of your life? I mean, that is ultimately what's going to happen. It's the definition of insanity, expecting something to change without changing anything. So if you don't change anything, you are going to be in the situation that you are in right now till when? I mean, if you're not going to make a change, it's going to stay that way. So what's the greater risk? Staying in the same situation that you're in right now, wanting to get out of it, but you don't have the courage or the faith to take that next step, or taking that next step, having faith, doing something that is outside your comfort zone, finally getting the life that you want. What is the greater risk? I can't imagine any of you out there thinking that staying in the same position is the greater risk. I mean, it's going to be fun to do something that is unknown. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to feel weird. You're not going to like it at first, but that's not going to last. As a matter of fact, some of that feeling is also going to be excitement. Some of that feeling is going to be man, this is exactly what I needed to do. 2 Timothy 1:7 says that for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So when opportunities show up and those synchronicities are there and those divine connections feel so right, it's not time to run away. It's not time to be too scared to grab onto those and take advantage of them and move forward like you're supposed to. It's time to have faith and believe in yourself and know that you can do it and know that you can push through, and you're going to be great because you're going to be the best at whatever this is. If it's a new relationship, good for you. You're going to do great. You're going to be great in that relationship. You're going to express so much love and gratitude and make that person feel like they're on top of the world. You're going to be phenomenal, and they're going to reciprocate that back. You guys are going to be so aligned and so perfect that whatever adversity and challenges that you are facing that you feel are going to stop you from doing it, that's all going to go away because you know that you're good enough. That new business that you've been dying to open up and now everything is aligning and the synchronicities are there, but the fear is starting to sink in, don't let it. Reverse that thought that's telling you you're going to fail and say, I'm going to do great. This is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be able to help so many people with this business, with my passion that I have for this industry. I'm going to celebrate this win. I'm going to thank God for providing me this opportunity that I've been praying for a long time, and I'm not going to miss out on it. Be strong. Have faith. Know that every time God reaches his hand down to you to pick you up, he's doing it because he loves you, and he wants you to have an abundant life. He wants you to have a life that truly is a blessing to you and to him. Every time he reaches down, it's not to harm you. There might be lessons along the way, but that is only to make you stronger. Those lessons are only there because you need them. You need them to become the person that you ultimately have to be for that next level that you are trying to get to. If God didn't provide you these challenges and these adversities to overcome, you wouldn't be ready. You wouldn't become the person you need to be to ultimately succeed at that next level. The only thing you have to do is remove those thoughts that are going to hold you back. John 10:10, I came that they may have life and have it more abundantly. Don't let the fear of success keep you from the life that God designed for you, specifically for you. If you're done letting fear win, if you're ready to take that next step, put in the comments, I'm ready. You weren't created to run away. You were created to run forward with faith and confidence. So do that. Trust God and take that step because you are going to be great at whatever it is that you do.